Hey y'all, today's episode of The Read is brought to you by Talkspace. Talkspace is the online therapy company that makes it easy for you to reach out to an online therapist anytime at your own convenience. Whether it's a call, a text message, or a video session, your therapist is at your fingertips. So experience the ease of online therapy with Talkspace by going to Talkspace.com/read or download the app and enter promo code READ. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today. Try them out and let's keep going.
Hey girls, the other space for you to have things is over in the Squarespace, that is. With Squarespace, you don't have to wish upon a star or any other things going on inside Beyonce's womb to have a sickening website. They'll give you a custom domain, a beautiful design template, various kinds in fact, and they'll make sure that you have everything you need to bring your ideas into a web reality. Start your free trial today by going to Squarespace.com and enter offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Go build something pretty. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Let's begin the show. In the club, we all fam.
No, I don't know.
In the club, we all fam.
Hold on, I do know this.
In the club, we are all family.
I know. No,
oh
I know
God,
what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying. I'm trying to think of.
No, that was actually the whole line, and I was hoping that you wouldn't know what I was saying because it just makes the line even better because the other person had no idea what that bitch was saying.
I totally understood.
And you should be ashamed because this isn't long ago. Wow. A, this wasn't long ago, and B, I know you watch this. It's a show.
Oh, it's a show. In the club.
In the club, we all fam. In the club, we are all family. Oh my God, are you racist? That's the line.
How am I racist? What do you mean?
I'm not asking you if you're racist. That's how it goes.
I was like, what the fuck are you saying to me?
Anyway.
I don't know. I thought it was Players Club.
Anyway, maybe you missed that one. So, welcome back to this show, guys. I'm Ilana.
And I am Gabby Sidibe.
Still missed it, but great one.
I know who Ilana and Abby. Right? Abby Gabby. We just kind of just be both. Oh, Broad City.
Wow.
Oh, yes, because Ilana does that fucking voice all the time. Oh, duh.
In the club.
I love that fucking show. The club should have gave it away.
It should have. Anyways.
I wasn't thinking. You always do black ass movies that make me feel ashamed that I don't remember them. Oh, you're a liar.
I've done Gremlins.
You be like, oh, this black movie came out only in Miami in 1989. I can't believe you don't know it.
I've never done Miami Tale on this show yet.
Okay.
So first of all, Black Excellence, let's just go ahead and shout out Gabby since you mentioned her and the release of her book, which first of all, I've ordered. Not just because I love her and not because I know that the book is going to be great, but because the title is the title of a book that I've never really identified with a book title the way that I identify with this one. So yeah, it's called This Is Just My Face. Try Not to Stare.
Try Not to Stare. That part got me.
First of all, there's so many ways you can go with this. With the title alone is what I'm saying. Because A, I have resting bitch face.
Oh, you do.
And so I immediately was like, oh, well, this is just my face. Please, get away from me. Don't stare at it. But then it's also like, I'm so fine. This is just the way that I was built. Please try not to stare. So it's like a mixture of both.
Respect my fineness. Her people sent me the book a couple weeks ago. I'm almost done with it. It's amazing. I love it. I know everybody, you read all these memoirs and stuff, and you're like, wow, I had no idea such and such went through all this stuff. But like reading through this book, I'm like, God damn, Gabby done seen some real shit, you know? And I know she grew up in New York, so I feel like everybody who grew up in New York is like,
that's true.
I rode the train with drug dealers and prostitutes. It was no big deal, you guys. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I love it. So shout out to you, Gabby. Congratulations.
Also, this weekend in the Excellence, this is going to go out to a young 10-year-old girl named, I think it's Carice Rogers, who went viral a few weeks back. So this young lady was dealing with bullying at her school over being a young dark-skinned girl. Oh, wow.
Not like anybody's been talking about that.
Oh my goodness. So she says that at her elementary school, a teacher told them, I guess, to draw like portraits of themselves and stuff and handed her a black crayon.
Wow.
Teacher. Again, did we not just talk about this? No, we didn't. We make things up. Anyhow, so.
Wow, how fucked up.
Not only, okay, so I think her sister, who we'll get to in a minute, said that she was one of like 4 black girls in her class, which probably contributed to it, but whatever. Her mom pulled her out of the school, put her in another school. They said it subsided a little bit, but then she was coming right back crying, talking about being teased for being dark-skinned. One thing that really troubled her family was that in this case, in the second school, it was from black students. I wonder what kind.
Wow, it's like...
You know, I've never heard of this before.
Oh my God, you mean dark-skinned children face problems all across every facet of life?
Like from like the very beginning?
From elementary school? That's crazy. What?
Like even from our own people?
What? You mean to tell me light-skinned black people are held in higher regard and treated better than dark-skinned ones? What a novel concept.
Their faces?
What in the world is happening?
Oh my God.
Is this real America?
Anyway, so this young lady's elder sister, who is, I think, a 22-year-old girl named Taylor, said, in a matter of speaking, fuck all of that. I'm just using those words.
Yeah.
And started taking photos of her little sister. First of all, I don't know if she's like a photographer or if they hired one, but the photos themselves are absolutely gorgeous. But they started, she posted a picture of her on Twitter dressed in a little outfit that was part of a Wiz-inspired fashion show. And the caption for the photo said, my sister is only 10, but already royalty, hashtag flexing in her complexion.
Oh, yes. That's the little girl.
Yes. And so this went viral. To date, it has over 31,000 retweets, 83,000 likes on Twitter. Now my girl has flexing in my complexion shirts on flexinginmycomplexion.com. And even more lovely than that, a 2017 lookbook in which, first of all,
come on, lookbook.
This young lady is stunning. Like, she's 10 years old. She is not just like a cute girl. She's gorgeous. Like, she's absolutely stunning. And they've got her in all kinds of great pictures with accessories.
Oh, she has a model face right now.
Like, stunning.
This little girl. Watch her be on somebody's runway next
season. The bullies clearly could not take. Because when I tell you, like, if this girl decides that she wants the model to just take a couple of pretty pictures, shoo-in.
Yeah, she has it.
So yeah, just shout out to her and her sister and mom for not only instilling, you know, self-love and teaching her how beautiful she actually is, regardless of her skin tone, but for having her, you know, be a part of this hashtag and, you know, aspiring to encourage other young girls who are of a darker skin tone to, you know how beautiful they are and so on and so forth. So
you better model, little Miss Ma'am.
I mean, she's just sickening.
I mean, and I love that she's so cute and these are such cute pictures. And then she's like clearly standing in the front yard. Like, let's keep it real. We took these pictures at home. But I'm gorgeous. And you hoes are just mad about it. I see now why she had trouble at school. Because they couldn't handle this. They couldn't. They really could not handle this little girl. I'm finna order me a shirt.
You can go to flexinginmycomplexion.com for shirts. You can follow her on Instagram. She's got an Instagram and a Twitter. Carrie's Poppin'.
Oh, yeah.
Kheris Poppin'. And you can follow her. I mean, this little girl.
Oh, yeah. The white with the gold letters, that's mine. I'm getting
She's
that right
approved
now.
by Yara. I think this is Florence Henderson?
What?
Why am I saying Florence Henderson? Bitch.
Do you mean that lady from like...
From 227.
Yes. I was about to say every black show from the 60s and 70s,
Florence
but...
Henderson. Anyway.
Okay.
Marla Gibbs.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Where did I just see Marla Gibbs?
Why did I call her Florence?
I just saw Marla Gibbs. Mike and Molly. That's what I saw her on. She does random guest appearances on shows, I think, all the time now. What a gift she is. Make sure we give Marla Gibbs her flowers while she's still living.
I should be punched in the face for that.
For what?
For calling her Florence.
Well, it's not as bad as the time I couldn't remember Viola Davis's name. That was something.
Thanks, friend.
Sometimes I just randomly wake up thinking about the time that I did that. So, you're all right.
So this week in Sick Sad World, I'm just gonna try and breeze through this because my God, first of all, I'm trying to get home, pack, clean up, get high, play some more Zelda before I get on this flight.
Wow, that's exactly what I want to do when I get home.
Sweet heat.
Cannot
Miami.
wait. Cannot wait.
All right. So I tried to order this in whatever, who cares? Let me see if there's good news. Yes, no. I don't know what that is.
Yes, got my shirt.
This is gonna make me laugh. Whatever. Okay, so first things first, Janet Jackson had the what are Janet Jackson stands called?
I almost said the Whispers.
I was going to say that too.
But we ain't shit, so.
Well, whatever Janet Jackson stands are called.
They're called,
I know that she has one. I just don't know what they are.
What is I think they're called Generation X.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I think it's like people born before like 1980.
And so Janet Jackson stands call themselves that.
No. That's what people who were born before 1980 are called. And I think those people make up the majority of Janet Jackson stands.
Anyway, so.
Because I love Janet, but.
I mean, I adore Janet.
I mean, I don't even have to get into all that.
She had them, with their antenna up when she had a countdown on her website the other day. I'm wondering what that meant. So here's what it meant. She came on and posted a selfie video of herself. Selfie video. It implies. Anyway. She posted a video on janetjackson.com letting the girls know, yes, she's gained a little bit of weight. She said, I put on a little.
I mean, that's what happens.
I put on a few.
You grew a whole ass baby though, girl.
And then Randy, I'm assuming her brother in the background, was like, more than a few. and she said, shut up, Randy. Nobody was talking to you.
Oh, I need to see this video. I'm mad I have it.
She also, very briefly discussed, not even really discussed. She just stated, yes, I am separated and in court. Now, that was pretty much it.
Moving on to what I came here for.
I'm here to talk about something, but before that, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm just going to be honest. I am separated and in court, and hopefully that works out well. Now to talk about what it was like literally 2 breaths, and that whole portion was done because nobody even cares. Right. I feel like Janet did the exact same thing. Janet wanted a baby the way that Halle wanted a baby. Janet got a baby, Halle got a baby. And they were both of them were like, I don't care about you.
That was enough out of you.
you decided you didn't want to behave yourself. You may leave. I
mean, I have plenty of money, is the thing, with or without you. I'm going to be just fine. So me and my baby are just going to go.
Everybody knows you as my man. Even though her now or soon to be ex or whatever, I believe is like a billionaire or isn't he stupid rich? Yeah. But anyway.
Okay. I mean, good for him.
She then announced that she's going back on tour, I think later this year, September 7th, and has renamed the tour State of the World. She says it's not a political thing. It's just about the day we're living in and love and life and whatever. I don't know what it really is supposed to mean to her. All I took away from that is that the Rhythm Nation portion of the show is going to be sickening.
I really hope so.
I don't know what else she's going to do, but
I feel like I should go just because I've never seen Janet live and I really want to.
Same.
Before I don't have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
But you know, she's also on the older side of things and I just don't.
Janet's capable.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not capable. I just don't. I'm trying to picture like how energetic this show is going to be.
I mean, well, you have to remember she stopped in the middle of it, so you can probably find little clips online.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
what
right.
She was giving the girls before she stopped or whatever, but
was like, you know, actually, pregnancy is a good thing. Pregnancy right now, why not?
Right. So, she's just like, I want to do this, and I remember
I could tour anytime.
When it happened. It was so funny. The girls were like, "You're doing what?" Janet?
People were pissed.
Like, let this woman have her baby. So, anyways, she's going back on tour now. I absolutely, if I get a chance to go, I do want to go. I'm not worried about weight or what she's. I really feel like it's not going to be pleasure principle. You know,
right.
like it's not going to be.
She's not 20.
Peak Janet, but Janet, I feel like is one of the few divas that will perform today and can still give you a good show and not just be like a shadow of what she once was.
Okay, well,
in my opinion,
I'm looking forward to it because I'm definitely gonna go when she comes to New York. So we're gonna see.
Tyrese apparently has announced or implied that they are working on a sequel to his debut film. Did not know that.
Please don't say
Baby Boy. That's even accurate.
Please
but
don't say Baby Boy.
Baby Boy.
Oh my God.
He posted on Instagram, sequel to Baby Boy coming soon. # Baby Boy coming of age. Shout out to John Singleton, who did the first film.
What?
So, we've given Tyrese a few flames on the show already. In the lightest way possible, I will simply say, Tyrese,
no,
I have no plans on being there. I will not be encouraging anyone to also be there. And not because of Tyrese,
right?
But because, like I've said, not everything needs a sequel.
Right.
Baby Boy, if you enjoyed Baby Boy, or even if you didn't, regardless of how you felt about that film, it was a package. It was done. When the movie was done, it was like the end. That is the story. Fine. It was one of those movies where it's just a story and you can be done with it. And if you have never seen Baby Boy, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah, you're not missing.
Secondly,
anything.
I'll just give you a quick recap. Baby Boy is a story of Jody, played by Tyrese, who is essentially a fuckboy.
Yep.
Who has a baby with Yvette, played by Taraji P. Henson, and a baby on the way with her as well. Throughout the film, that has a running time of, I don't know, close to the length of one of these damn shows.
He has a kid by somebody else too, don't he? Like, he has a son and a daughter.
Oh, wait, no, yeah. He had a son and he did have a girl.
He had a baby by somebody else.
And he had a girl with another one.
And he was still living with his mama.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Baby Boy was awful.
Anyway, so throughout the film, Jody essentially tries his best to remain a fuckboy until his best friend, played by Omar Gooding, a.k.a. Mo from Smart Guy, shoots Snoop Dogg dead in the street. And that is what it takes for Jody to figure maybe he should move out of his mama's house and get a good job and stop cheating on his girlfriend and marry her and be a good dad.
Oh, man.
That's essentially the whole movie.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And then they have a picnic at the end, and that's it. Like, the movie's... What else? There's nothing... What else do you need to say?
Right. What is a part 2 to this nigga shit? Oh, he came home and he was a good dad for 3.5 months, and then he went right back to being a dumb nigga and quit his job and started drinking and playing dominoes all day and hanging out outside. Like, what is there to tell, first of all, in a Baby Boy sequel that we have not already seen in the movie? And secondly, I won't even entertain this idea without Taraji saying that she's going to be in it.
She will more than likely do it. Because she and Tyrese...
I do not think so.
She and Tyrese are still good friends.
No, Taraji.
Baby Boy is one of her biggest films in the black market anyway. One of her most notable films.
Okay.
Let's not act like... The girls were not quoting
I'm not saying niggas don't love Baby. I'm not saying niggas don't love Baby Boy. I just feel like Taraji has put in so much work to where she should not have to regress in this way.
Taraji is still on Empire.
But I feel like she really loves playing Cookie.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Damn.
I feel like, and no shade, I feel like many people who are on Empire are probably waiting for that show to be done.
Oh, well, I mean, it is doing way too much. I haven't been able to keep up with Empire
And
for
the
a
people
while.
on that show who can act, they don't really get to flex their ability the way I think that they can on that show. Like, I don't know, I haven't watched Empire in such a long time, but what I'm saying is, if Taraji is still playing that character, I don't think that she's just above doing another Baby Boy, especially since it's a much smaller commitment than Empire is.
I mean, I guess. I just don't want it to happen because
I don't either.
It's going to be really bad.
I don't either.
I didn't like the first one. Even
Maybe
back then, I was like, this is truly terrible.
It is a horrible movie.
It opens up with Tyrese in the womb.
Let's revisit that! Oh my God! Listen, so from
the first frame, I was like, this is not for me.
As a young ghetto tot, I actually had fun with Baby Boy. Like, I don't hate the movie, but it's so bad. Like,
so bad.
It's real. The thing that was great about Baby Boy is that I know so many Jodies. I know so many Yvettes. I know so many Sweet Peas. I know so many whatever the fuck that nigga was that Ving Rhames played. Like, I know these people. So that was fun. And it felt like, yep, that's exactly how she be talking. Yep, this the same shit they be arguing over. Like, it felt authentic. Right. That's what I liked about the movie or whatever. But please let us discuss the opening sequence where grown-ass, full-size Tyrese
is in the fetal position.
In the fetal position.
Surrounded by goo.
In the womb. And then, like, his mama is, like, arguing with him in, like, the real world or whatever. And he starts, like, spaz out. And, like,
I just
what
had
is
to
that fluid inside of that sack?
The embryonic fluid.
All of that is just bubbles everywhere, and he's like screaming to get out, and it's like he's it was just that part was so absurd. And for it to be the very, very opening, I want to know how many people in like the entire life of that film, I want to know how many people watched that part and we're like, I'm not doing this. And have never watched Baby Boy ever since then. Because that had to have turned so many people away.
I was like, I don't.
I know there have to be so many people who will say, yeah, that was me. I didn't understand that. I thought it was absurd.
Because it's Tyrese, big grown, naked ass.
Full grown.
In a uterus. It just doesn't.
Struggling for air. Like, what?
Baby Boy. Like, literally, like, in case you did not get the title, Baby Boy.
Again, besides the fact that the movie was bad in many areas and ghetto and all.
Not bad because it's ghetto. Bad because
Not bad because it's ghetto. Bad because it was bad. Yes. Thank you. I just don't feel like it needs to be, there needs a sequel because what else?
Right.
Wasn't the first Baby Boy a coming of age story?
Yes, like it was the coming of age story. So what do you mean Baby Boy coming of age? Like the nigga had to grow up twice? Well, to be honest, niggas usually do have to grow up 3-4 times.
Grow up thrice, yes.
But just no. I don't want to see it and I don't want it to happen.
They're going to do the same thing that all of these other sequel bitches do, which is, okay, now he has a son who's, struggling to pay his own child support.
Right. Or his son starts hitting his girlfriend. He's like, oh, no, you got that from me.
Right.
I passed on the shit to you that was learned to me.
We have Boys in the Hood.
Please don't do this movie.
I don't want it. Stop trying to squeeze the remaining drops of juice out of these few little movies that have done okay or done great or whatever in theaters. Man. Honestly, I don't know why they're making a Jurassic World 2. Just to take it off of the black heat. Yeah. I don't know. Like, there are so many movies that just don't need another one. And stop it.
Right. I agree.
So maybe we can, gather together and at least convince Taraji to not do it. Because if Taraji says no, for whatever reason,
they're going to have to scrap it.
Even if she's like, I actually, I have to wash my hair for all of that
for 6
summer.
Months.
So I can't. Whatever. If she doesn't agree, they're not doing it.
I mean, fingers crossed, because that just don't need to happen.
It doesn't ever.
So...
Chris Brown's new album, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. He has teased on Instagram that it will be a double disc album containing 40
Girl.
40 individual Chris Brown songs.
No features? Or we don't
I'm sure
know
there
yet?
are probably a couple of features on it. I can't really tell.
A double disc?
What I will tell you is that the photo that teases the album is 2 little pieces of notebook paper with like the track list on it.
Oh, let me
The
find
very
it.
first song that popped out into my eye looks like it's called Ready Whip. And that was enough for me to know that this isn't an album that I need to purchase or listen to.
Ready Whip.
But even if there really aren't that many performing artists that I feel like would get me to listen to 40 back-to-back songs of theirs. So it's not even shade.
Lost and Found. What does that say? Tempo? Like the car? Oh no, tempo like a pace or beat.
Yeah, girl.
Privacy, Juicy Booty, Tough Love.
See, I didn't even see Juicy Booty.
I couldn't.
I looked at Ready Whip and that was the only one I saw.
I'm not fooling with Chris Brown and no album after he put out one named after his daughter and then put a bunch of sex songs on it.
That was hard.
I thought it was
like a title track.
I thought it was going to be all about the joy of fatherhood. And it was like, I made one, baby. Now let me work on some more.
Right.
With various sundry.
Although I kind of feel like he would probably love to have another one. Bite my tongue. See, I can't do it.
Well, I'm sure the Breezers are very excited about this.
Yeah, Team Breezy's probably going to live. But again, like...
Okay. Whatever
40
keeps you.
songs?
I mean, I'm surprised he had the time
40
to...
Beyonce songs?
Nigger, please. I would leave out the studio right now.
The thing is, though, I would make a day of it. Because I'm not planning to do... I mean, well, even when she puts out 10 songs, I make a day of it. So that's what I'm saying. There's only...
When this book comes...
full of people.
I will have a week blocked off where I just sit down and absorb the Lemonade book. Yes.
So I get that. $300 worth of it.
And when I saw that, I did stop for about 2 seconds. I said,
so did I.
I said, sis, $299? And then I saw 600 plus pages and I said, oh, she knows what she's doing. Okay. And a vinyl? Oh, okay. Yes, sis. I do want Lemonade on vinyl. I don't have a record player, but that's a small problem. I still want it.
I actually do have one.
I don't, because I don't have no records, but I'm going to have to get one. Now I'm going to go on Amazon or something.
Like 4 vinyl. I don't think I've taken any of them out of anything, but I have them because, you know, I'm trendy. I don't know.
So, yeah, it ain't too many people I'm going to sit down and listen to that much music from. Like, I don't know. Maybe the stands are going to break this up into like a 4-part type thing because 40 songs is a lot, girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you have to sit back and listen to all of them at the same ass time. I don't know if I do that to many albums that come out now.
But on the other hand, whatever keeps Chris Brown from fighting people or stalking them, whatever keeps him out of jail, I'm all for. So, congrats.
His film, I actually forgot to pull this up, but it just crossed my mind. His movie, Welcome to My Life, received a release date the other day.
Documentary, got you.
Yeah, the documentary that he's apparently dropping about himself.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes
I don't know if it was like a real announcement, but it looks like June.
Yeah, it says June, and apparently it's going out in theaters. Huh.
Girl.
Okay. You doing it like the white folks.
Well, like I said before, I don't plan on being in theaters or anywhere else watching a Chris Brown film unless he's going to keep it all the way real. Okay? I want to see the cocaine. All right, I want to have a conversation about why.
That is not going to happen.
I want to see royalty smiling, and I want to see royalty having an absolute fit.
Now, there probably will be home video stuff of royalty and Chris, which would be really adorable.
Sure, but I want to see Chris Brown being a dad. Like, I want to see him having a great time with her, yes, and pushing her on the swing or whatever, but we see that all the time. I want to see Chris Brown looking at royalty and like, put that shit down. I want to see them going into FAO Schwartz or wherever the fuck else and being like, don't ask for anything.
Oh, he should take her to American Girl.
Wherever.
And let her pick out one of them expensive ass dolls and then take her to get her hair done and all that shit.
I want to see that nigga being a daddy. I want to see the shit that I don't see already. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? I mean, we see your life on Instagram. We see your life on, Twitter or Snapchat or whatever the fuck else. If you're going to do a documentary, I think it's the perfect place for you to show everything and do it on your terms. You don't have to do cocaine on camera, but like
do the coke.
We know Chris Brown does drugs besides weed, and I just feel like you might as well talk about it in your own way, so other people will stop talking. I mean, other people are not going to stop talking about it.
No, but maybe somebody will pay for a ticket and they'll tell us.
I know this is going to be him rehearsing and talking about the joys and the struggles of being a star, and he's going to talk about haters. He's going to ride an ATV. He's going to go to whatever part of the LA hoods adopted him when he moved out there, and that's pretty much going to be the whole movie.
This says never before seen concert footage.
Okay.
Yeah, this movie's not for me.
Let's talk about the Met Gala.
Oh, classic.
So, first, I just want to say that what happened at the Met Gala this week is the same thing that happens at the Met Gala every single year. And somehow the reactions are the same every single year. I don't know how. But the same thing happened. Maybe 10% of the people who were there were dressed in the theme.
Right.
Then that 10%, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5% actually looked good in the theme.
Yes.
The other 90% of the people there were wearing an illusion dress or some sort of basic suit.
Or just whatever, right.
Or whatever, camisole or some kind of shit that they could, that was safe. It happened this year, last year, the year before. It happens every single year. So I don't know why the girls get all bent out of shape talking about, there's a theme. You girls don't understand fashion. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yes, there's a theme. That doesn't stop that shit from being ugly. Case in point, the queen of the Met, Rihanna. Rihanna not only was in theme, Rihanna was wearing a design from the designer who was being honored that night and looked fantastic.
Amazing.
There were other people who were doing the whole Comme des Garçons avant-garde shit who looked great. Some of them I think looked terrible. I thought Katy Perry looked like a sneeze.
Yeah, she did. It was really bad. You know who didn't look bad? Rita Ora.
Oh, thank you. I was going to mention, I'm not familiar with this person, but she looked really good.
She did.
I love like the painted feather hair.
I thought it was really cute. I loved
Christmas
it.
And it's not July. Whatever.
No, that's okay.
Whatever. Christmas
she looked
in the
good
springtime
is the thing.
She looked great.
She did.
I liked Lily Aldridge. I loved Tracee Ellis Ross.
Oh yeah, Tracee Ellis Ross looked really good. Oh, Zendaya. Oh my God, just gorgeous.
Did you see her stand out when Rihanna
posted her? Yeah, she was so excited.
That was adorable.
Oh, that's so cute.
I can't really remember.
Oh, I love that orange on Lupita, but really any color looks amazing on her skin.
Look, it's just what the rainbow was made for her.
I actually liked Kim Kardashian's dress. If you going like to the beach or something, it was perfectly fine.
Yes,
if you got it for $38 on Boohoo or something, really cute cover up.
A Polaroid photo shoot during magic hour on the beach.
Or, right when you want to go to dinner straight from the beach, but you ain't trying to go home and put on clothes.
It was very pretty.
Right, it was maybe not for that evening, but a cute dress nonetheless. So
it was a better choice than what her sisters were wearing.
I agree. I agree, especially that Kylie.
I was like, Mama, if you weren't going to go with the theme, you just kept it nice, cute, and classy and simple, and you look great. Because the other two looked like VR troopers. They looked like Goldar from the Power Rangers.
And whichever Hadid that is that had the bodysuit with the long, deep V-neck in the back, also did not care to see that.
At all. But I loved Priyanka Chopra's ring the alarm moment. I probably just demolished her name.
And I think that's it. But I also do not. I'm one of those people who does not really know fashion. I don't sit up here and claim to be all into it. I just know looking at stuff and saying yes.
I like this,
no.
and I do not like this.
And there's something about Rihanna where that bitch just nails it Every time.
Every time.
I don't get it, but she just, even the red highlighter on her face, I was like, anybody else would look like they had psoriasis.
They would look like they sashayed
like,
away.
sis, do you need an EpiPen?
Episode 1.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
You got rosacea, girl? Like, what is wrong?
Like,
are you
bitch,
all
you're not
right?
supposed to be flushed like this. She
Not
looks
her.
so good.
Not at all. So, yes. I mean, the Met Gala, I just felt like I needed to say that because the girls are all bent out of shape because people were like, that dress is ugly. That's ugly. What the fuck she got on? Ooh, I love this basic ass dress on. Like, whichever Jenner or something.
Yeah.
It was like, most people who are following these photos and talking about it aren't engaged in fashion like many of y'all who had brought it. They don't style anybody. They don't design. They don't have every issue of CR Fashion Book. They don't work in retail or personal shopping. So all that they're doing is looking at something and saying, I think this is pretty. I think this is ugly.
And I don't, right.
And again, just because it's in theme doesn't mean it's not ugly. You know, some things were in theme and the girls didn't pull it off. A couple of things I felt like would have looked good if somebody else were wearing it.
Yes, like Blake Lively's dress.
I feel like that about most things that Serena Van Woodson wears, but that's just because I don't see it for her.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
I just don't feel like she's talented. I don't think she can act.
I'm not going to argue with you.
But I think
she
that
just
she's
seems
pretty
like a sweet
and blonde.
girl.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like a horrible person. I just don't think that she can act. Yeah.
Although, white girls who seem sweet, I'm looking at them twice these days. Ever since Get Out. No, because it's an Armitage and you somewhere.
That's right.
Because you never know. You can't let these white girls get a step ahead of you.
Apparently, the girls are saying that Rihanna, aside from being a winner, is also a sore winner because she had her foot on Nicki Minaj's
Oh, she
neck,
gloated.
So, one of the barbs, and see, y'all be so mad at us, but you need to be mad at each other.
You do, because y'all are doing this to yourselves.
One of them made a meme or whatever photo for Instagram with, first of all, I liked Nicki's dress from the front.
Okay.
Like shots of her just like straight on, I thought looked great. I love the color black. It's my favorite. I love the color red. It's probably my second favorite. And I love them together. And it was giving me like a, queen of the damn, I look good. I don't know. But
let me look at it again because I don't remember caring for it.
I didn't like it from the side. I didn't like it from the back. But from the front, I kind of saw where they were going with it.
Yeah.
And I love this whole 85 inches of hair that she's been doing lately. I
love the cape thing or whatever that is.
See, that's what I don't like. From the back or from the side, it just looked weird. But straight on, it was kind of cute.
See, but I thought that from straight on, it looks weird on the shoulders. It's like one is like an exposed shoulder and the other one isn't. And then there's a random red stripe. And then she's wearing like, I don't know, high cut.
It looks kind of like somebody blew up
briefs.
A graduation gown.
So I think I just looked at this and was like, there's too many parts. If I have to dissect the parts of it I like, then I just don't like it. So
I mean, you probably would have felt that way about many things you saw that night.
Oh, I definitely did. I mean, I just gave you the list of people I thought looked great. Anybody else who looked good, I probably didn't recognize them. I don't know their name.
I mean, I know it's avant-garde and it's supposed to be fun and costumey and that whole thing, but every year somebody has a great, fun avant-garde costume and some of the girls look horrible. Anyway, so The Stand made a thing that says Nicki Minaj Met Gala Best Dress List. And when I tell you it's like 30 things on here, USA Today, Forbes, Sydney Morning, Style Bistro, I don't even know, Indian Express, Daily Telegraph I've heard of.
Vogue, Time, the
Vanity
New York
Fair.
Times, Allure, E.
What's Hollywood Life?
GMA, Complex.
Look. I don't know. But
Billboard.
Nicki Minaj saw this and reposted it with a little prayer, thankful emoji sign. Problem is that this is fake. And I guess none of these people, if any of these people, had anything positive to say. So not too long after that, Rihanna posted her own little collage on Instagram, and it was actual screenshots from actual publications calling her the winner/queen of the Met Gala. This includes Vogue Runway, Vogue Magazine, Elle, People, Harper's Bazaar, British Vogue, Time, and Forbes.
Right. These are like the actual tweets saying that Rihanna won, as opposed to just a list some stan made.
And her caption, casual.
It was actually light work for me, girls. All I had to do was button a skirt, fasten some stuff in the back. Somebody laced up these shoes. It was no big deal.
So You know, there's been talk about Rihanna and Nicki Minaj having a quiet beef lately. Rihanna was liking a few photos that Remy Ma was posting on Instagram. I heard
Oh, wow.
one of the photos that Rihanna liked had like quote unquote shady. There were shady hashtags in the caption. But I heard that Rihanna liked the picture before the captions were there, like Remy put them in later or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, they're trying to say that Rihanna been coming for Nicki or she doesn't like her or whatever. Or they unfollowed each other on Instagram. I really don't know why y'all pay so much attention to that. Like, I don't care until they actually say something about each other.
Right, because I would have never known that Rihanna and Nicki had something going on. Never.
Because who cares?
There you go. That's exactly where I was going. Who gives a shit?
It's not interesting unless Rihanna was like, you know what, fuck her.
Or if the caption had been like a real list.
That's, and you know Rihanna's capable.
Right.
Because Rihanna has said far worse.
Or just receipts.
Right. Oh.
Something like that would have been way shadier.
Oh.
Casual is like, y'all tried so hard and yet I just showed up being me and I won. And this happens every year.
She also posted a photo that said when you win the after party too, or something like that, because she like hosted a Met Gala after party.
You better go on and feel yourself.
I mean, she deserved it.
She does.
Was literally sitting there early on, like, oh my God, where is Rihanna? Bitch, hurry up. I'm only here to see you. And she didn't disappoint. So thank you, Rihanna.
Yeah, I knew Beyonce wasn't getting her and the twins on a plane to go all the way to New York for this.
Can we just talk about how tired my girl looks? Like, she looks like she is fully in the stage where she's like, all of that beauty of pregnancy, love and light, pyramid, gold, flower on my head bullshit. I get them out. Like,
I did all that when them kids was manageable. At this point, a bitch is tired.
Put me down.
That picture of her in blue in LA today, she's really like, these children have to evacuate my body immediately. They have got to go.
And Blue's just holding on to her little hand like, I got you, mama. Get away from her. Just move. Enough.
Right. We're going to do this together, mama. I got you.
Serena Williams was also wearing a very basic dress or whatever, but she looked so good. Green is a great color for her.
Yeah.
And she is adorable pregnant.
She is. Oh, and I love Solange's bubble coat with the train. I love it. I'm like, Solange is one who puts clothes on that on anybody else, I would be like, this is the worst object. Like, I have never seen anything uglier. And then Solange puts it on and I'm like, this bitch is innovative.
And Solange would have worn that to lunch on any, like, a random Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Just on Instagram.
She be finding a little cute shit she like that, and then she'll do a little dance in it in her house, like in the living room or her backyard, while Jules is in the backyard, like in the background building a rocket or doing some other fucking genius shit. And she's just like, I'm a fairy.
Right. I love it. I love her.
She's great.
She looked cute at the Wearable Art Gala too.
First of all, everybody looked cute and I love them. And Bianca Lawson doesn't age. She has the key to youth and people need to be talking to her about it. She does. Also, I lost my train of thought, but...
when Miss Tina clowned Kris Kardashian on Instagram 3 times.
Now, you know.
That was funny. I don't care.
Miss Tina doesn't mean it.
I know Solange texted her like, this is why I told you to get the fuck off Instagram.
She's like, listen, you know that I don't care about her. I was trying to be nice. How am I supposed to know how you spell her damn name?
Kris Kardashian, though. That's not... And she spelled Chris with a CH.
Why would Miss Tina be doing anything that involves giving a fuck about them? Like, are you kidding me? Of course she don't know that lady last name. She don't care.
I love that she didn't even ask nobody. She was just like, oh yeah, that's Kim and them, mama.
And spelled it with a C first.
She did.
Kris Kardashian.
Yeah, she did.
And then changed it to like Chris with a K. And then I think it was still Kardashian.
Yeah, and then it was Kris Jenner.
And then it was Kris Jenner spelled correctly.
And then had to put
leave a caption
comment.
like, there's no shade here ever. You know, we all make mistakes in life. I love her.
I do too.
I love her. I love her Instagram presence. She's
Me
great.
too. When I saw her do the Kris Kardashian the first time, I said, oh, Miss Tina is too pure for Instagram. These kids are going to take this and run with it. And she don't mean it. I know she don't.
Love her. Do you remember when they thought she was coming for Jennifer Hudson?
Yes.
Because she liked that thing by accident?
Yes.
And she was probably trying to send them a link to like a Bible study or a prayer group or something that was going to enlift their life. Right. And accidentally tapped like and had to be back like, Jennifer Hudson is a good Christian baby. I don't have, like, I love it.
I think she put up that picture with Kelly and Michelle because people was like, you don't never post nothing with Michelle. Michelle not in this, da, da, da. Like, I feel like people get to her in that way. Like, she doesn't want to seem like she's mean or leaving anybody out. Y'all gotta remember, Miss Tina is somebody's, like, mama and getting up there in age, and she's on this new like she is on this new technology, just trying to figure it out and have fun with her friends.
And it's a blast. Like, I would never hold anything. When the Jennifer Hudson thing happened, when the Kris Kardashian thing happens, my thought is never, oh, she's so shady.
No.
I giggle because I'm like, she made an honest mistake trying to fuck with this Instagram bullshit. And
I accidentally like stuff all the time.
All the time.
I get it, Miss Tina. I do.
And at least she's in the position where who gives a shit because she's still Miss Tina.
Right. Like, I mean, y'all not gonna do nothing.
I be running like jumping over hurdles, trying to like fix, oh God, like do all of this extra shit. So.
Right. I hope she doesn't change and I hope she doesn't leave Instagram. I want her to just keep being sweet and adorable on that app. She's everything. Like, she's by far the best thing about Instagram.
Her girls love it.
They really don't, but
they love it a little
They're going to have to get over it.
Everybody loves a little. Like, there's a little fraction of you that loves when your mom.
She posts all these old pictures of Beyonce and Solange in them, too. Oh, I just love it. Ugh. Following her is everything.
So, all right, taking it back down.
Oh,
Amber Rose.
We were so happy.
I know. Happiness is fleeting. We'll get to that later.
I see what you did there. I just want you to know. I see what you did there.
Oh God. Well.
Oh, blacks.
So Amber Rose posted a photo on this is an iOS press release on her Instagram. It says, Amber, my teenage kids follow you. You should be more of a role model to them. I think that she forgot to put that part in quotation marks because I was a little confused at first, but I'm assuming that that's something that somebody told her.
Okay, got you.
So then she says, well, this is more of a statement than a question, but I get this one a lot as well. The nicest way I can put it is raise your own kids. Stop looking for famous people to influence your children. I am not a role model to your kids. How about you be that? I'm not here to raise your children for you or influence them in any way. I have my own child that lives with me and knows me better than anyone knows me. I would never have my kid, even as a teenager, follow a 33-year-old grown woman on social media. I filter everything that he watches and I will continue to do so until he's an adult and he's able to make his own decisions. You should do the same. The caption was, period. Right.
Oh, man.
So I agree with like 80% of this. I agree that it should never, as a parent, you should never put the title role model on somebody else, especially somebody that you don't want to be a role model to your kid, because it's not their responsibility to be a role model to your children or whatever. So, yes, influence your own children. You have to be the person in your kids' lives that is like, look, they may be cute, their highlighter may be popping, his jeans may be expensive, he has a great beat or whatever, but morals, guidelines, home training, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I agree with that. The only part I disagree with her on was where she said, I would never have my kid, even as a teenager, follow a 33-year-old grown woman on social media. Because, I mean, like, girl, I guess you just have to wait for Sebastian to be a teenager. Yeah, because
I don't think that's really under your control, is
teenagers do what the fuck they want. There's not really much.
Right. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense because it's kind of like... If Instagram is even still a thing when Sebastian is a teenager,
he's be something just as bad.
Probably just gonna follow whoever he wants to. I mean, I guess I get what she's trying to say here, and I agree that, like, especially if I didn't ask to be a role model, if I didn't come out here like, oh, let me help guide your children and teach girls the right way to live or whatever. If I'm just out here living my regular whore, sinful ass life, like, I didn't ask your kids to follow me and emulate me and want to be like me. Like, so how you gonna ask me to change my behavior for your kids? I don't even know your damn kids.
Right. My only question is, what do you do then? Because you're going to have young people who are going to follow you. You're influential. Whether you want to be a role model or not, your lifestyle, the way that you present yourself, it is influential. So my question is like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Because there's no way that you're going to stop your teenage kid from doing everything you don't want them to do. Like, I told a story on here before about how I asked my mama to buy me the So Addictive album by Missy, and she saw that parental advisory sticker, and she read a couple of those track titles, and she was like, no.
Absolutely not.
You will not have this. You think I didn't have that CD?
Of course you did.
Bitch, please, of course the fuck I did. My parents, no shade, my parents blocked Logo in the house.
Damn.
Before I even knew what Logo was.
Damn.
But
they said, a network for faggotry? I don't think so. Not in this house.
Here. And quite honestly, they paid the cable bill.
And you can do that.
Do what you want to do. But I wanted to watch Noah's Ark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I took whatever little bit of money I had, made sure I got a couple of little iTunes cards, and I would just buy the episodes on Apple and watch them on my iPod. You can't stop your kids from doing everything that they want to do.
Right.
And in many cases, when you tell your kid, no, don't do this, it just makes them want to do it even more. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Like, and
teenagers are going to push boundaries. Like, you have to be there as a parent. First of all, you should have laid the groundwork way before teenager hood,
right,
for them to know how you feel about certain situations or not. So if your mama sees you double tapping on Amber Rose's pictures, you already know your mama is like, now what is you following Amber Rose for? This is not, we didn't raise you, I don't know what, to like fine women. I don't even really get what your objection is. Like,
right.
She's gorgeous. She has a gorgeous body. Like, she looks the way she does. Of course, young boys want to follow her. I just don't. You as a parent have to parent.
Right.
You have to be there to teach your children the opposite of whatever negative lessons you think they're picking up from social media and the world at large. And that has always been one of the burdens of parenting. You have always had to do that.
Forever.
Social media is just a new thing that y'all have to adjust to and learn how to parent around. But it's still your job.
Before it was hip hop, it was probably, what was it?
It's always something. TV, they blamed MTV and music videos and obscene music on the radio. And there's always been something for parents to be like, oh, this is ruining the youth. And you're not a good role model for my kids. It's like, but the strongest role model in your child's life is you as a parent. And so if your kid is fucked up, it's probably more your fault than it is Amber Rose's. Like, that's just all there is to that.
That's a fact.
So,
I just feel like, for example, I loved all of the Trina and the Trick Daddy in the world growing up. Mm-hmm. But there were certain things that I had access to that I was like, nope, no thanks. Not even because I wasn't interested or because I was scared, but because I knew any old little thing could go wrong. And then I had to deal with the two Jamaican niggas that I call my mom and dad.
Yes.
If I make it home.
I avoided a lot of shitty situations in high school because I sat there and thought, when I go home, what is Connie going to do?
Right.
And it was never a positive.
Never.
It was never. I had to and yes, teenagers make dumb decisions, but if you instill in your children the values that you want them to have, they should at least be considering those things. I just wouldn't even be pressed over my kid following Amber Rose on Instagram. Like, I just don't care. Like, there's beautiful half-naked women absolutely everywhere. If I haven't already taught you, now if you are liking her pictures and then writing some disgusting, degrading comment under it, that's where I need to check you. But you just like a picture of Amber Rose or you just following Amber Rose, like, okay, who cares? So what?
Right.
I just feel like people, I don't know. I don't think it's laziness necessarily, but more of like I need some help in getting these kids together and getting them right. But Amber Rose didn't sign up to help parent your baby.
I think it's just this weird fear that a lot of parents have that they're going to, through no fault of their own, end up with a kid that's going to be a mass murderer or a predator, a sexual predator, or blow up, a country or something crazy like that. And then it's well, then whose fault is it? It's clearly Grand Theft Auto or, Migos.
Oh, yeah. Video games were definitely,
something else like that. And it's like, girl, do you know how much fucking Grand Theft Auto, all this stuff I've played and stuff like that as a kid that you would call, damaging to youth or just say this is a horrible influence. And no, for the most part, I'm in that house. I remember being 15 years old, a kid in high school, and some of my good friends would be leaving campus to go smoke weed and asking if I would like to go as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that I wasn't interested. It wasn't that I was scared. It was the fact that I know I'm going to go and smoke weed, get caught, and my parents are going to kill me and scatter my remains down, Key West or something like that and get away with it.
That's going to happen, right?
And now I smoke weed every day because I'm grown.
Because you're grown, you have your own place where you can go do that. So there's only so much you can do with your kids, but it's still your job to do something with your kids.
I just wanted to point out, I thought that it was a little unfair to be like, I would never let my kids follow such and such. I'm like, well, Amber, you got a little way to go before your baby's a teenager.
Right. I mean, but if your kid wants to follow me, I mean, am I supposed to be like, oh, okay, well, now teenagers are following me. Let me only post hymns and math lessons. Like, girl, what? I'm still grown and doing my own thing. So, bye.
Okay. Oh, my God. We have 2 more.
I feel like those parental arguments are so stupid.
Okay. So, first of all, someone else is complaining, or not complaining, claiming that Drake got them pregnant. A few months ago, there were photos of Drake in Amsterdam, at a Japanese restaurant with an ex-porn star.
Yes.
Named, I guess her real name is Sophie. I don't remember what her porn star name was. But Sophie is now claiming that Drake got her pregnant. She says that she's 3.5 months along, and has alleged text messages between herself and Aubrey, where he claims he wanted her to have an abortion.
Oh, yikes.
She said, I can't kill my baby simply to indulge you. Sorry. And his alleged response is, indulge me? Fuck you.
What?
She says, what?
Me, yes, young lady, I also feel that way. What?
His response to that is, you do know what you're doing. You think you're going to get money.
Yeah. Right.
Duh. But I don't know.
Did she say duh? I wish.
No, she didn't.
I really wish she would have. Like, yes, nigga, duh.
She's allegedly having a girl. Representatives for Drake reached out to TMZ and said, this woman has very questionable background. She's admitted to having multiple relationships. We understand she may have problems getting into the United States. She's one of many women claiming he got them pregnant. If it is, in fact, Drake's child, which he does not believe, he would do the right thing by the child. They're also claiming that another really big rapper had sex with her around the same time, and he has all but acknowledged the child as his own at this point. So...
well, I'm going to tell you, just like I told the one before you, I'm waiting to see a DNA slip that says this child belongs to Aubrey Graham, and then I will care.
The only thing that I'm finding interesting about this is that when the other young lady, the black girl the other week, was like, he got me pregnant and blah, 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 and I've got text messages, they were like, fuck that bitch. She's a lie. Here's the proof. Get out of here. I don't even know if there was a representative that said anything besides just that post.
Oh, yeah, no. There was no official OVO response.
Right. There wasn't like an owl stamp.
It was all on Instagram.
Like nothing.
Yes, come on, OVO letterhead.
But this one is, if it is in fact Drake's child, which he does not believe, he would do the right thing by the child. So are you really out here raw dogging these girls, Drake?
Wow, really? That kind of makes me not want to have the sexual experience anymore.
Which he does not believe. Like, he should be full.
What do you mean? Right. What do you mean you do not believe it? What happened to what happened to Ovi No? You were supposed to be on your pill every day.
Every day.
And you played this wrong, young lady. I'm mad she didn't listen to the show. I gave her the blueprint for how to handle this. You carry your baby to term, give birth, and then call Drake. What are you doing?
What is the problem, fool? Have the baby.
Yes. Because now if something happened to you over the next 6 months, nobody's going to be shocked.
Bitch.
Well, like I said, when the DNA test comes out, we'll know.
I have a feeling that this is a lie, but oh God, what does that do for Drake's brand?
Probably baby, nothing. Not a motherfucking thing.
I'm not saying the baby. I'm saying the fact that you shot up that club and we're just like, how do you get caught slipping like that? You're Drake.
Pussy is pussy.
But you're Drake.
But it's pussy.
What a dumbass.
It's calling him.
She's not even cute.
So you just nutted in. Wow. So just no condom or nothing, my nigga. Just, yeah, okay. I don't want to believe it because I think I'll be a little bit heartbroken. So
maybe he's on PrEP and somebody told him.
Okay. No. Good night. Next story. Nobody told him PrEP would also cause him to shoot blanks. That didn't happen.
So I just want to talk about very fast some things that Ja Rule has been doing. So
I was like, is it gonna be Ja Rule or what's that dumbass nigga's name? Joe Budden. I didn't know which way you were gonna go with that.
So Ja Rule and I guess a friend of his named Billy McFarland had a bright idea to put together a music festival called the Fire Festival. And there were all of these ads and pretty promos and things like that, advertising this festival as, you know, basically the end-all, be-all of music showcases. It was supposed to take place in the Bahamas, the fancy island with very crisp water. The Bahamas has just pristine water. Like the ocean out there is just, my God.
That's what I could tell from the promo video.
You could be up to your eyelids and look down and see your feet. It's just so clear. Anyway,
I want to go.
It's
when white people aren't there being white and awful.
Oh, good luck.
Right. I need to find somebody who's from there who can take me to where the white people aren't.
I used to live there.
What?
Yeah.
Nigga, you never told me.
I was a baby, but
what?
Yeah.
The fucking Bahamas?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Hurricane
America must
Andrew came and fucked Miami up. And my mom and my younger brother, who was a baby at the time, and my dad went to New York. My maternal grandmother was living here at the time, and I guess they stayed with her. And I went with my dad's mom to the Bahamas. And I lived there for maybe half a year, close to a year.
Oh, okay. So not long enough to be like, don't let me go back to America. I want to stay.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
But I remember it. It was interesting.
It was gorgeous.
Anyway, yes, it's still gorgeous.
Right.
That's besides the point. Okay, so they had this festival. There were, pretty videos with all of the top Victoria's Secret models and the Hadids and maybe some Jenners, and I don't know if it was Jordan Dunn or what's the other one?
There's a black girl in this video?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was I think she was the only one. I can't remember which.
One of the other Beyonce girls?
Yeah. There's Jordan Dunn.
Yeah.
And the other one's
That's the one who was there with Future.
I think it was Jordan Dunn that was in the
Okay.
video, but I can't tell you that I know their names right. Anyway, so basically the idea was that you pay anywhere between $1,000 to, on one website I read that the highest ticket was $125,000, and on another website I read it was $250,000. So either way, six figures.
$250,000. That's what $250,000 is. I just want to make sure people understand that.
And in return, you would be getting a lovely concert or a bunch of concerts featuring the likes of Major Lazer and Ja Rule, I guess, and some other people. I think Disclosure was supposed to be there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Models and bottles and cabanas and snorkeling. And
a luxury festival.
That is what?
Yes.
They were advertising this as.
It would have to be for you to be charging $250,000.
Bet your black ass.
For $250,000, you could just go on a really, really nice vacation.
Can you just
by your fucking self?
One more time?
Why would you spend $200,000 to go be with other people? What?
Do you know all of the places that you could go to in the world that are, no shade, that are super
right,
that you could get a lot more out of than going to the Bahamas, because the Bahamas is right there. Maybe it's because I've been to the Bahamas so many times in my life.
I mean, but even if you just want to go to the Bahamas and ball out on a vacation.
You could do so much more with your money if you would have just gone to the Bahamas.
Why would you go to a festival?
I don't even think a ticket to the Bahamas is that expensive.
It's What? You could probably stay in one of the nicest hotels, if not the nicest one, or rent out some palace in the Bahamas.
If I had $250, bitch,
to blow on vacation.
I'm laying on my back on the beaches of Croatia or motherfucking, I don't know, I'm going someplace in Thailand.
Okay, I'm going to Capri in Italy, bitch, where they have that blue grotto and all that. And I'm eating carbs and drinking wine and enjoying myself. $250,000. You had that to waste, first of all.
I probably have 2 badass local niggas come and do a dance for me in the hotel room and still have change. Like, what?
You spent all that money to go rent live in a cabana? What?
And Ja Rule being the one asking you for your money should have been the first red flag.
I actually love it.
But anyway, so people got there. As you may know now, if you heard about the story, there wasn't shit there but gravel. Niggas throwing everybody's luggage off the back of a truck. And the gourmet food
was
2 slices of Wonder Bread, maybe, mixed greens, and some American cheese. I don't even know if they got a tomato.
Some pretzels. That's it.
And a couple of little tents that were halfway put up. And from there, it was pretty much just dismay and terror. I heard they're saying now that they're going to shoot for doing the festival next year or something like that. But the issue here that I have to read the statement from their website. Because it says, Billy McFarland and Ja Rule started a partnership over a mutual interest in technology, the ocean, and rap music.
And scamming. Rap music.
First of all,
there's no rappers at the festival, though.
This is not a tech, ocean, or rap festival. This ain't no like trap marine biology fest, bitch. The only thing about this festival that would have had technology, ocean, and rap music involved would have been niggas taking selfies on the beach while a rapper performed. It was not a technology, ocean, and like what? This whole statement was just bullshit. Like if you actually read it, you could tell it was full of shit. And somebody who I want to say writes for maybe New York Mag told all of their business.
Oh, the girl who didn't sign the NDA?
Yes.
I loved that.
Oh my God, that story was delicious.
It was.
So basically, she told all their business about how she was out there like a month and a half before the festival was to start, and it was just dirt.
Right.
And questions. Like, everybody was just like, okay, well, what do we do now? And they're looking at the people who were supposed to answer the questions, and them motherfuckers looking back like, well,
we don't know. That's why we hired you.
I don't know either. Like, I thought that you had the answers to that. So they had to figure out how to make a festival from scratch.
Right.
In a week and a half.
2 months out, right. It was wild.
All the acts are asking for their money. The motherfuckers putting it together are basically saying, well, we don't know yet, or basically stall.
Right.
I loved how she pointed out that Ja Rule got there eventually, but they basically only knew he was there because he was taking pictures on a yacht somewhere the whole time. And that was essentially his whole...
Right. That was his setup. That
his
was his
attendance.
Right.
That was pretty much it. Him being out on the yacht.
Right.
So... in the end, all of the acts pretty much backed out because they didn't get their money.
Nobody's coming if they don't have their money.
They weren't planning on paying these people the money. And in fact, the girl herself said that she was supposed to be making 2/3 of what they initially promised her.
Yeah, they fired a bunch of people and then told her that she could keep her job, but that they were going to reduce her pay. And she was like, no, this festival's already not going to happen, so I'm just going to go home.
I'm just going to leave. Thanks for the drink cards,
because
drink tickets.
How are you hiring me 2 months out and you don't even have the talent secured, or the location, there's nothing set up.
Do you have plywood
for these cabanas? Like if you having luxury housing, it should be ready. Like where is everything? And the officials in the Bahamas told them, listen, there's a lot of shit going on around that time, because they wanted to, I think, book luxury hotel rooms, I think, for everybody instead, because they weren't going to have the housing situation. They were like, we're actually totally booked up. Y'all should move this to something else. And the white people were like,
do you know that this is a destination getaway every day?
They're like, can't you just move your special cultural tradition? No, girl, we actually cannot.
No.
You whites need to come back at another time.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, if you haven't read that, I think it's called The Fire Festival Was Doomed from the Beginning or something like that. You have to Google that and read it because the best part is the end.
Yes, like the very, very last thing she wrote was like, oh, baby, they forgot to make me sign an NDA. I laughed for probably 15 straight minutes.
Me too, because anybody who has you working on anything will have you sign an NDA before you do any work.
Like, before she got there, she should have signed that fucking thing.
Right.
You motherfuckers wanted to have the best music festival of all time. On an island.
Right.
A destination festival.
Mm-hmm.
And weeks before, we're just kind of like, I don't know, figure it out. You know, we've got everybody's money and we're just going to sit and have shrimp cocktail on this fucking yacht. And we just know that it's going to work out.
It's not. White people always think, oh, it'll just work out. That's what she was saying. Like, they would bring up real problems with the organizers, and they'd be like, oh, we'll just wing it.
Oh, yeah, no, it's totally fine. Like,
it is not totally fine, you guys.
I should have pulled up the fucking article because she said something like,
it's so
one
good.
of them said something along the lines of, let's just do it and be fucking rock stars,
yes.
bro. Like,
what? White people never think bad things will really happen.
Totally a Judd Apatow film, but
the best part is that they separated so many rich white people from their money. That gave me a lot of joy.
And now Mark Garagos or whatever, I'm pretty sure this is Chris Brown's attorney.
Oh, Lord. That man stays busy.
Apparently, he just filed a $100 million class action lawsuit for all of those little rich white kids that knew they were going to see Kendall Jenner and only got a wish sandwich.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. They hired... What did they give Kendall? $250,000 to promote that on Instagram? Something like that.
I think it was Bella Hadid that they gave that money to.
Well, they gave whoever, I think it was multiples, but none of them tagged any of those posts as an advertisement or anything like that. And I was reading something that said Kendall Jenner might get in trouble for blatantly being paid for something and not tagged. It's literally hashtag AD. You have to do that on every sponsored post, and yet people just don't.
101. Like it's basic shit.
Everybody who sells social media space knows that.
How are you a Kris Jenner child and don't know that?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's time to fire your mama, because how does she have you fucking up taking L's like this back to back? It just don't make no sense. Like, you were much better off when you were the tall, pretty, quiet one.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't even know if there was a Jenner in this thing. Again, I think...
No, I'm telling you. Not Kylie. Kendall was hired for an Instagram post for this thing. And I think it was either $25,000 or $250,000. But she didn't tag it with ad, and of course she's deleted it now. Yeah, it was her and the G whoever.
I think it was the one that dated The Weeknd, Bella. Kendall Jenner was hailed as a Fire Festival partner, according to leaked document. Whatever. So, Ja Rule, Billy McFarland, and the Fire Festival are all named in this lawsuit, and now they've got to deal with that. Of course, 50 Cent had a great time laughing his ass off about it. And I did as well. Like, this was so great. Just to see all of these people out there who no doubt thought that they were going to have, be living an episode of The Hills or something like that, and just had to be...
I don't feel bad for you because you spent thousands of dollars to go to the whole point of this festival. It wasn't even like people that you'd never see at any other festival. It was come be rich with us.
In fact, these are people who like travel from festival to festival.
Right.
Major Lazer stays at
you
a festival.
You can see Major Lazer at every fucking festival.
Stays at a festival.
Like anybody in that lineup, it's like you could have gone to anywhere else and seen these people. You just wanted to go to the whites only luxury fest.
Yes.
That's what it was.
And gotten so much more for your money.
Y'all wanted to go to the 1% fest, and this is what you... Right, so the pictures, the live streams, all of it from the Bahamas, I was cracking up. Like, yes, take them kids' money.
Somebody said they thought it was going to be The Hills, and it ended up being the Hunger Games. Oh, well.
Poor you guys. Did you have to pull out your Amex too many times that weekend so you could get home? Oh. Did you have to call Daddy?
It's like seaside camping. I'm sure it was a blast. You can say you were there.
They'll write they'll put it in their memoirs and sell it. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. I was at Firefest 1.
They'll all come together and put out a book of like essays from Firefest.
That'll be Ja Rule's picture on the front cover with like lightning through the middle of his face or something.
Oh,
anyway,
well.
So that's it for Six Head World this week. Let us move on into some new shit.
All right.
Hey, you guys, support for today's episode of The Read is coming from ZipRecruiter. If you're looking to build the perfect team for your business, then do it with ZipRecruiter. They make hiring extremely easy. With a database of over 9 million resumes, they bring you the ideal candidates to help you take your business to the next level. Here at The Read, we are all about, uplifting you girls with businesses and hiring things and employment as well.
Yes.
So use ZipRecruiter.com. You can post your job to 100 plus job sites across the interwebs, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click, so you get all of the girls.
Yes, say goodbye to juggling emails and nonstop calls to the office. Now you can quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person for the job really quickly. And of course, if you run into any issues, ZipRecruiter's friendly support staff is ready to help. Our listeners can post the jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/theread. That's ZipRecruiter.com/theread. Go ahead and fill that position with a qualified candidate with ZipRecruiter and The Read, and let's keep going.
We want to send thanks again to Talkspace for supporting this week's episode of The Read. We all need to take better care of ourselves, and taking care of our mental health is absolutely no exception. Today's sponsor, Talkspace, the online therapy company, makes it easy to connect with an experienced licensed therapist that is handpicked just for you for as little as $32 simple a week. Using Talkspace, you have the freedom to text, audio, and video message your therapist as much as you want, so everything's right there. And all Talkspace therapists are background checked, so when Talkspace matches you with your online therapist, you'll know that you're getting help from an experienced and licensed professional.
Yes, and the thing that I love about Talkspace is that when I am going through it and having a bad day, I can just write an essay to my therapist, and when she logs in, she can be like, okay, so you're having feelings. And then when I'm fine, we just don't talk, and it's cool until we do again. Talkspace knows that emotions can't be scheduled, so with their unlimited messaging therapy, you can text, audio, and video message as much as you want. Even if you're still unsure about Talkspace, their customer support is available to help answer any non-clinical questions you might have about how it works. To sign up or learn more, go to Talkspace.com/read. And as a special offer, you can use coupon code READ to get $30 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's READ, Talkspace.com/read. If you download the app, use promo code READ. Talkspace is therapy for how we live today. I love it. Check them out. Give them a try. And let's get back to the show.
Okay, well, we are back, and it is now time for our listener letters.
It sure is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com, and we have 2 updates this week. The first one is from the girl who was in love with her boyfriend's dad. That was, remember that?
I do.
Yes. So she said, I have an update on my boyfriend's sugar daddy situation.
Oh.
First of all, I feel so horrible about all this. I knew it was bad, but hearing y'all talk about it made me feel so disgusting and ashamed. Oh, I kind of feel bad that she felt ashamed, but I mean, it was also awful at the same time. It was
pretty bad. Shame's a good thing.
But you have to understand, I did not simply sleep with my boyfriend's dad. I slept with my ex, who just so happens to be my boyfriend's father. It's very complicated. I promise you it sounds worse than it actually is. Please consider our backstory. I never knew he had a family. But the update is she never went to the dinner. Remember, the dad was like, let's have dinner. Yes. I broke up with my boyfriend the same day I heard y'all respond because I felt that bad. I also told his dad that I broke up with him and to just give me time to process. He turned out to be very understanding. I basically just told my boyfriend it's over and cut him off. He tried calling and texting and even came to my house, but I ignored him. I finally told him that I cheated on him with an ex and he should leave me alone. He was very upset, but he did leave me alone. In the meantime, I'm exploring things with my sugar daddy / his father. Yes, he is still cheating on his wife, and I hate it.
Oh, my God.
His wife is an amazing person.
Great. This is a great ending.
But we just can't deny how intense our connection is. I would never do something like this if it weren't for these real soulful feelings. I'm not the 22-year-old sugar baby he once knew. I'm a 25-year-old woman now.
A 25-year-old.
And he's really a man I can see myself with beyond the material things. So no, he's no longer just a sugar daddy. We're seeing where the relationship takes us. We aren't telling anyone, at least until we're really serious and he decides to get a divorce or separate. I also want to wait for my now ex-boyfriend to heal and move on. Thank you for encouraging me to be a grown-ass woman and end things with my boyfriend.
And you felt like helping him heal and move on would be to continue fucking his dad.
He doesn't deserve to be in this mess, and despite the alternative morality of the situation, alternative morality.
I love it.
I deserve to follow my heart.
That girl alternative stock is all the way up.
Oh, girl. You know what? I'm going to just say this. Don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. Just don't get pregnant. There's like a a 0.002% chance that this situation does not blow up in your face.
Why did you even write an update? Because first of all, I don't feel like you suck and you should, be stoned or you're a horrible person that should live in a closet. Like, it's not that deep.
Right.
I just don't.
This is so bad.
It's just kind of trifling. So, there's no need for you to be like, oh, I'm so ashamed and I did such and such and I broke up with him or whatever.
Right.
But then I'm still fucking
with his dad.
So.
And just waiting for the day that he's going to be over it and he'll be cool seeing his ex-girlfriend fucking his father. That day is not going to come, sweetheart.
I doubt it. I really don't think it's going to be cool with that.
To happen.
Ever.
Oh, God. And not to mention his mama's going to slap the shit out of you. His mama's going to beat your ass, actually. And if I were him, I would sit back with a Hershey's and a smile and watch it happen.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business.
Don't get pregnant. Do not get pregnant.
The girls.
Don't get pregnant. Plan B, condoms, regular birth control pills, abortion, whatever you have to do. Please do not have this man's baby. We have another update from I Fucked Up. You remember her from a couple weeks ago. She's the one who said her boyfriend had sex with the gay best friend.
She is.
So I have not read this. I'm just now looking at this.
Great.
It says, "Hi, Crystal and Kid Fury. Following your responses to my question, I decided to talk to my boyfriend about how I felt. But it ended up with him convincing me to let him do it one more time.
Oh my God!
However, this time he suggested that I join in to ease my concerns. I went back to my best friend to ask if he would do it one last time, but with me joining in, he immediately said no and started to question why I keep involving him in my sex life.
Your friend asks the good questions. Now, your friend also fucked your man, agreed to. So I'm not giving him too much leeway or room. But that is a solid question.
I explained to him that he's a person I trust and I wouldn't be comfortable doing this with a stranger.
You shouldn't be comfortable doing it, periods.
He still thought it was all weird, but he told me that he would do it if I paid his cable bill for the next 3 months. And under the condition that the two of us don't do anything with each other. We picked a day and my best friend walked me through the steps of getting prepared. You were definitely right about the woes of a bottom.
Oh, so he wanted to do both butts.
Oh my God. We had the threesome and it was an interesting experience. Anal wasn't as bad as I thought it would be and I'm open to doing it again.
You wasted everybody's goddamn time when you could have just took it out the butt the first and oh my God, madam.
Well, following the threesome, I asked my boyfriend to do it again and he told me no. Jesus.
I'm going home. I'm finished. I don't even want to, I'm leaving. Because
when I asked him why, he said that he isn't sexually or romantically attracted to men and that he only had sex with Desmond because I didn't want to have anal sex and because to him, ass is ass. But since I'm open to it now, he doesn't see the need to keep having sex with my best friend. In fact, he said he's uncomfortable that I am so close with someone that we both had sex with and he no longer wants me to see my best friend because that means he will have to see him too. I feel bad because I got us all into this situation and now I'm stuck between choosing my best friend since second grade or my man who I want to spend the rest of my life with. What should I do? Oh, you asking us again?
This isn't an update. This is a listener letter. No. This is a sequel.
Sincerely, I fucked up again. Sis, break up with him.
We told you the first time to leave this nigga, and you not only stayed with the nigga, but you were like, let's try it again.
Oh my God.
And then, after your friend told you, no, please, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm finished. I'm done. I don't want any more dick for your man. I'm fine. You said no. Let's do it one more time. And in fact, to ease it for everybody, I'm going to have him ease on down my road, too. And then you go in and find out that you kind of like it. So you could have got fucked in the butt the first time.
Right.
And everybody would have been fine. My God.
Had you just tried it out from the beginning, it's wild to me that after you see him fucking somebody else, now you're open to trying it. Like, why couldn't you have had that revelation before?
Oh,
break up with this man. Break up with this man.
God.
I definitely thought the boyfriend was like, I have to leave you because I want to be with niggas now. But that's not it at all.
I really didn't. And for whatever reason, I honestly believed when he was saying, like, I just want to do it. Like, I want to try it. Like, if this is what it takes and whatever. Like, at least you'll be there. And it was kind of like a backwards what do they call that shit? Cuckolds?
Oh.
What is that porn shit?
Nah, I think that is it.
There's like a
where
thing.
there's a black man fucking your wife or something.
I don't know if he has to be black. It's usually black. I guess that's what the market asks for. But
I don't know why y'all want to see some big black nigga with a massive penis all in your wife. And your wife is over here moaning like she never does with you. Like, I feel like it would hurt your feelings.
Should it? I don't know. Whatever. But again, you know, I'm not here to question anybody's sexual appetites.
Right.
However, you could have just tried it. And you would have avoided all of this. But way worse than that, you were already in a pickle. In a jar of pickles.
Lord.
And you decided...
Oh, God.
The best way to make the situation better...
We don't deserve...
would be to do it again.
With your friend. I am not having sex. I'm not going in a threesome with my friend, man. Hell no.
That nigga was like, why do y'all keep asking me?
But then you did it.
But no, exactly. I mean, he did it the first time.
It's like y'all are disgusted by the question, but then y'all be like, oh, this is so awful.
It's almost
what time do I come over?
It's almost like really rock star of you, if you have that kind of relationship with a friend, to be like, you know what? Sure. Like, that's very Samantha of Sex and the City, although I don't watch it, so I'm probably wrong. Yeah. But it's like, it seems like something that's like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll do.
Oh, Lord.
Such and such. It'll be like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but it actually happened. And, you know, then we'll never talk of it again. But then you were like, oh, yeah, sure, I guess I'll do it one more time. I'm confused from every angle. In fact, I'm confused from this nigga, too. Because he's talking about, oh, I'm not gay or whatever, which, again, I understand that and I believe him. But now you uncomfortable.
Right.
Because and you don't want her to be friends with this nigga no more because you fucked him twice.
And now it's awkward for you.
And now it's awkward for you. After you asked her, after the first time you asked her if you could do it again. And she said no. And finally did it again with her. And now it's awkward. You don't ever want to see this nigga again. Everybody involved should really just keep their genitals to themselves for maybe like a month. Just let them cool off. Talk to them. Talk to your undercarriages. And just, figure out how you got into the situation that you are in and how to prevent that from ever happening again. But I mean, if you and your friend can have a stable relationship here on out, I would choose him. Before I should, because niggas.
Yeah, me too. But you just need to break up with him because you have led this relationship in such a weird direction.
He needs like a few weeks.
This is just so much.
Or more with his thoughts.
Huh, okay.
I can't believe she did it. And then was like, you know what, it wasn't half bad. Oh my God.
Okay, so do you have advice for someone whose man lasts too long in bed? That's one of these questions.
Everybody has weird problems. Like, this is why, I guess being a recluse and just being at home.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So this letter is from Pulverized Pussy. That's what she asked us to call her.
Wow.
She said, well,
that was it for today's listener letters. Thank you guys so much. You can send one to...
Literally all we did was 2 updates. We haven't even done a question yet.
That one was a question before this. So...
But it didn't really count.
Letter 2. It did to me.
All right. I am a female who has an amazing sex life with my boyfriend of a year. I can't fathom having sex with anyone else. One thing that bothers me, though, is that he lasts way too long in bed. I know many people yearn for a man who has high endurance in the sack. However, it's become a nuisance. As usual, he tells me I have great poons and his sweat droplets. Oh, God.
Next.
Oh. However, I can't help to think I can't help but to think I might be contributing to this longevity. I have an extremely high sex drive and have introduced him to bring his out. And I have introduced him to bring his out? Okay.
See, so I told you ahead of time that we could just move on.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So I'm sorry, Pulverized Pussy. I can't
If your man has what was the general question?
So the problem is that her man fucks for too long and her pussy can't take it. So what do you do?
What do you do?
I mean, I don't think I have a mature way of handling this because I would be like, can you hurry up and nut?
I feel like a lot of people do that, honestly.
Like, if I'm done, you should be finishing up. I don't want you to keep going.
If you like are physically incapable of going on any further, then yeah, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm not having fun anymore. Like,
this used to be fun, and it just isn't.
Like 3 hours ago. But I'm finished.
Like, I mean, I'm impressed. You know, your penis is nice and all that. No complaints or anything. It's just that you can't. I need you to wrap it up because.
Like, are you trying to prove a point, or is this really just taking long? Like, is this just? Because some niggas like to hold out so they can be like, you know, rounds or whatever. Wow. I don't know, but.
So I guess she said it lasts for 30 to 45 minutes on average, excluding foreplay. I thought it was like,
girl, that's it?
I thought 30 minutes was normal.
Bitch, I thought he was fucking your ass till like fucking the sun came up.
Wow. I realize I don't get into my usual mood for sex like before because I treat our lovemaking like homework and I know I have a long session ahead of me.
Also, you just don't like it. I mean, well, you like it, but you like it seems like you find it like tiresome or like a daunting task.
I want to be like normal couples and have 3 rounds of sex, but unfortunately we can only fit in 1. What? I think I wouldn't be worried about what you think other people are doing sexually or what you think a normal couple is. Like, if y'all are fucking for 30 to 45 minutes, that sounds like average to me.
Nobody has the same sex, first of all.
Right.
But yeah, 30 to 45 minutes of penetration doesn't sound... sounds ideal, actually.
Yeah, I don't think you're... Because she's asked us, you know, am I doing something wrong? Like... No, girl. I think maybe you are just used to fucking people who last for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you done found somebody who's like, nah, bitch, this dick can last. Like, this dick
I thought that this nigga was fucking her for like 4
I did
or
too.
5
And then
hours.
I scanned it a little bit more like, oh no, she's talking about... You need to wrap it up because Scandal is coming on in 8 minutes and I'm trying to focus.
I mean, if his dick is the size of this couch,
okay,
then I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just too big and you're like doing the best you can, then maybe, yes, 30, 45 minutes may feel like days. But, I mean, if you can handle it for the most part within like the first 10 minutes, I guess, I just thought that doesn't seem that long to me.
I mean,
maybe take breaks. Like, maybe get him to like go for as long as you can take it. Then, you know, detach. And
I mean, if you're not enjoying it, then you should say something.
Yeah, period.
Right, period. Regardless of whether you think y'all sex is lasting for too long or y'all should be fitting in more rounds or whatever else. If it's the point where you just like, oh God, I'm just letting this dick in me so that he won't be arguing with me about it.
Yeah.
Then you should say something. Or maybe it's an issue of chemistry, or I don't really know. But this is the sort of thing that's not going to get fixed without y'all having an open and real conversation about it outside of the bedroom. Not when somebody is initiating sex, but just like has something to talk about.
It's not when you want to have the conversation about how to have sex.
Like, I've been meaning to tell you, I don't really enjoy fucking you. That's not the time to do it.
Right.
When y'all are like, asparagus or artichokes for dinner. That's when you like.
Yeah. Also, by the way, like,
I thought I would just mention that.
If we could just cut it down, maybe 20 minutes tonight.
Or, you know, ask him, is there something that he really likes that makes him come like super fast or whatever?
Penetration.
Right. So then after you get yours and he knows you're satisfied, that you can turn around and do whatever tricks he likes that gets him off. And then both of y'all can wrap it up and lay there and be happy. I don't know. I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere here. Yeah.
Maybe you need to like actually take breaks periodically through it when you're like, okay, I've had enough penetration, and try and switch to something else that will still keep him stimulated.
Right. Or vibrators. There's all kind of toys y'all could be using.
Figure it out.
All kind of sex furniture.
It's 2017.
Yeah,
like,
girl.
There's a way to make everybody's sex life much better. You just got to figure out what it is.
But talk to him.
Yeah, that's probably where you should start.
All right. I think we have to wrap it up. Kid Fury is going through a lot over here. So asktheread@gmail.com with your questions.
She fucked.
I know, friend. I know. Asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be back.
Hey guys, don't forget this week's episode is being brought to you by NatureBox, a snack that's delicious and better for you. I know you're looking for it, and it is out there with NatureBox. Thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting and taking photos of all your favorite snacks and sending them to us. NatureBox makes snacking healthy easy. All snacks are created with high quality ingredients that are free from artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, so you can feel great about snacking again
Just go to naturebox.com and explore their snack catalog. There are over 100 snacks to choose from, and they're constantly adding delicious new snacks. Simply choose the snacks you want, and they will deliver them right to your door.
Yes, they have a bestsellers box where you can pick like the 8 great bestsellers. There's a probiotic power mix, dried mango, Asiago, and cheddar cheese crisps. Of course, our favorite, sriracha roasted cashews, and so much more. So head on over to naturebox.com/theread. With NatureBox, you'll never get tired of eating the same old thing. You can pick the box that works for you and your family, have it shipped to work or home. And of course, if you try something you don't like, NatureBox will replace it for free. So again, go to naturebox.com/theread to get 50% off your first order. That's naturebox.com/theread. Save 50% on your first order. Eat well and live better with NatureBox and The Read. And let's keep going.
Thank you again to Squarespace for supporting this week's episode of The Read. You can count on them to help you create an eye-catching online platform for your next big idea, or for your past big ideas, or whatever ideas you got that are real, real big.
Yeah.
Whether you're showcasing your portfolio, selling your products and services, one of those drawstring bras, or whatever it is the girls love these days, Squarespace provides everything you need to look like an elegant web development badass. Right from the beginning. They've got award-winning design templates, and they make sure that your website is eye-catching and unique, whether it's been seen from a smartphone, a tablet, or a desktop. You'll have it all covered and look professional and sickening. You even got a unique domain, which is important, essential. Like, girl, get your one-on-ones together if you're going to do this thing. Just do it right.
Absolutely. If you have any questions, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support team can help you out with any problem. You can just think of them as like your own little IT department ready to help you with any issue. Like most IT experts have to do a thankless job. But anyway, you send an email to the good people at Squarespace and they email you right back like, this is how you do it, girl. No shade. They're not condescending or like treating you like you're a dummy at all. So make your next move and start your free trial today at squarespace.com. Enter offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Again, squarespace.com to sign up for your free trial. Offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Make your next move with Squarespace. Build something fantastic. Make sure you tag me in it. I want to see it. And let's get back to the show.
Okay, we're back. I'm still thinking about that letter, but oh, this is the read portion. Okay.
Trying to give you a moment to recover emotionally.
Also, I feel like the edible might be working its way already.
Oh my God. So our producer just dropped off this bag of truly delicious edibles. Like, you know how most edibles are nasty, but these are like fruity and delicious.
You fight your way through it because it's about something bigger.
So, you know, we're totally unprofessional. We open them right now. So I just started eating them.
Had a lot of
and now I feel a little disorganized.
So I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as I can before I,
before you lose it.
Go all the way downhill.
And that's fine.
Okay, so I don't know what. All right. So I just have a couple of things. I don't know what your read is, but.
I don't have much to say. I just want to remind y'all of some shit.
Is it related to police?
No, it is not. Because between Alton Sterling and this 15-year-old baby, Jordan Edwards, and them not pressing any charges on Alton Sterling's killers and that fucking, remember that asshole in South Carolina who got caught on tape planting the gun? Yeah. He just went on ahead and pled guilty, thankfully. But everything else to do with the police in this country is just depressing and sad as fuck. So
I just wanted to say really quickly about Jordan Edwards. I've had two feelings about this. First of all, as we've said before, I don't plan on coming on here and doing the whole old typical hoopla, because I feel like at this point the redundant conversations are like insulting to ourselves.
It's the same thing that we would say every single time.
Right. But I do want to say again that a bigger issue with police officers and their violence are bigger, I don't know if I should say bigger than the issue, maybe, of police officers killing Black people is the overall attitude that cops have, that they are above the law, that they can do whatever they want to, they can treat people however they want to. I don't believe nothing about no shots ringing out of nobody's house party. I believe that some people called, more than likely some Caucasian people, called the cops because the teens or whoever were at this party getting a little too lit. The cops came and saw some Black kids get in a car and have the nerve to drive off and decided to pop a bullet in there.
probably didn't even plan on killing this kid. But just the fact that you feel like you are a cop, you can do whatever you want to. I have a gun. I am allowed to have a gun. I will shoot it at whoever the fuck I want. And if I kill somebody, they'll cover for me. In this instance, they didn't really cover for him. But I have no doubt that he will still live a very comfortable life and he'll be just fine. And, this family just lost their kid. These students lost their, teammate, fellow students and all this type of stuff. So again, the relationship that cops have with Black people is an important conversation, but I also just want to remind people that cops in general are just treated like there's this hierarchy in America, and cops are just kind of over everybody else that ain't got a badge. You know what I'm saying? And they are like the knights for the racists that sit up at the top. So go out, cap these Negroes, and we'll, take care of it. It just sucks now that these body cameras, they really do little to nothing. But these body cameras are out here now. And so it's like, ooh, depending on the county and that camera, you might get pressed into having to tell the truth or whatever. And I heard the family's attorney is the one who told the police chief, like, okay, well, we appreciate you coming over here and saying what you saw, whatever, now go tell them that. And he actually did. So it wasn't like the kindness of this man's heart that he was like, I just want you to know that this is not the values or whatever. He got a request from the family and their attorney to go out there and tell them no, the fuck is the truth. And he did it, thankfully. But whatever. So that was one part of it. And the other part I wanted to say is that it's just been kind of irking me, some of the things that they've been saying about him. Not just the whole, the typical, he wasn't a good kid or he was a good kid or blah, 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 blah. Like when young people die, tragic or not, I think usually when the news covers them, they'll talk about whether or not they were a good student.
Hobbies.
Typical hobbies, whether they played sports and things like that. But with him, it's like he had two parents at home and, he got really good grades and, he had friends that were white and they liked him. And, it's almost like they're trying to point out things about him that aren't typical of a Black young person or a Black household, and trying to say, well, he had all of these things going for him, so he didn't deserve to die.
This is one of the ones y'all shouldn't have shot.
Right. Like, if he didn't have his dad at home, if he wore, a wife beater with his ass hanging out or whatever, and he had gold teeth, or he had a 2.0, or his teachers didn't like him, then it would have been okay for him to be shot, even if he didn't do nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I just wanted to say those two things.
That's real because that's how people act. It's like you really have to be the perfect model minority in order for there to be any sort of outrage over your death. When in reality, if you were just chilling and the police fucking killed you, then that was wrong regardless of how you're dressed or your education or how good you were doing in school or whether you have parents or anything else. Like, if it's unjust, then it's just unjust.
Right, exactly.
And I hate that Black people have to be this thing. Like, we have to be perfect or great or exceptional in some way. We have to be, like, worthy. And then some other white person has to say, oh, this was fucked up, in order for people to really give a shit.
Exactly. And the white kid can literally do whatever they want in their free time, whatever they want to at school. Coke, meth, talk about building bombs, whatever the fuck. And if they get killed, it's still tragic. It still does suck. And justice should be served regardless.
Right.
But when the news covers those stories, those white kids are almost always praised. They always do great in school, even if they didn't. They always have, a great family life, even if they don't. They're always made to look like little angels. And with us, we have to be questioned.
Right.
Where the fact of the matter is, regardless of whether they were a perfect child with straight A's or they were giving their parents hell or their one parent hell, cops can't just go around killing people.
That should be
just the end.
That should be it. But for some reason, it doesn't work out like that for us.
America, the land of the frame. Whatever. So, anyway, that's just something I wanted to say. But my read, Lil Yachty was on this show on Complex, I heard complex.com, called Everyday Struggle, aptly named. I guess Joe Budden is like, I don't know if he's a part of the show or if he's just like a guest co-host. I don't know. But he was on there recently. I guess he's had some not so nice things to say about Lil Yachty, I think he called him a troll or something like that.
I mean,
Lil Yachty was on the show, and throughout the episode or the interview, there was just this weird energy between him and Joe Budden. Mostly, the weird energy was mostly coming from Joe Budden.
so it's like Lil Yachty looked high and thrilled.
Now, I don't enjoy Lil Yachty's music, and I don't think I know the name of any of his songs except for one called Peekaboo. And the only reason I know that is because I was strolling YouTube looking at random videos and it happened to be on the front page. I watched it. I don't like it, but you know, that's me. I think that he's a part of this. I think they call it mumble rap.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. But I don't
know Lil Yachty neither, so
I'm not a fan.
I couldn't
of his
name one of his
music.
songs to save Beyonce's life.
I don't see it for Lil Uzi Vert either. And the only reason I think I like 21 Savage so much is because Metro Boomin produces most of his stuff. Like, he's got really great production.
That's valid.
But either way, what I do like about Lil Yachty is that he does conduct his business well. I mean, the nigga was at the Met Gala looking like Colonel Sanders and taking pictures with Rihanna like it was nothing. And I don't know none of his music or why he would be at the Met Gala, but clearly he was allowed to be there.
They let all the rappers in that night. It was like if he was a black man at the Met Gala, you had to be a rapper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hard pressed to think of any.
But I feel like most of the rappers I saw at the Met Gala this year were there before, except I don't know if Migos has been there before, but I wasn't surprised that Migos was there. Migos has had a big year with white people.
Yeah, they have.
Lil Yachty, to me, I didn't understand him being there, but he's got to deal with Sprite. I hate that song too. He's got to deal with Target. Apparently, he's a creative director for Nautica, which I didn't know that Nautica still make clothes, but you know, maybe they'll be popping now that, you know, they've got the young people.
Maybe he was there with one of the Kardashians, one of them little ones.
Who knows? This day and age, they'll just take whichever one they can find.
Oh, a black rapper? Come over here, you guys.
Another thing I do like about him is his album cover. I just liked the fact that he was like, fuck it, and he put all of these, he calls them outcasts, on the cover, including two guys kissing. The album, I think, is called Teenage Emotions. I have no plans on buying it, but I'm sure it'll do fine because he seems to be doing fine. And when asked about the cover and what it meant, Joe Budden was basically like calling him his reasoning or his explanation for it bullshit. Because he's like, you know, this is Outkast, and I feel like I'm an outcast of hip hop too, and you know, and I've got all of these different people that represent all walks of life and blase blase. I guess he didn't agree that Lil Yachty was an outcast in hip hop. At another point, they started arguing about him simply saying that he's happy all of the time.
Yeah. That's the clip I saw.
He said that, you know, he wakes up happy every day, essentially. And this is when Joe Budden, who's like fully bright red, is like hollering at him. He's giving industry answers and he's media trained and it's bullshit because feelings are, what did he say? I have to have like
because nobody is happy 24/7, and you can't sit up here right now and tell me that you in this music industry are happy 24/7. You're lying. Like, I didn't say that. I just said I'm happy, my nigga. Like, what? I didn't say every single moment of my life is filled with the purest joy.
He said, I am happy every day because life is moving in a very positive way. You know how
miserable you got to be to have a problem with that?
Right. And so he's arguing with this kid about this. Mind you, again, Lil Yachty is 19. I think Joe Budden is got to be like 34, 35. Right. Maybe older than that.
Right.
And so you're arguing with this kid because he says he's happy every day. And you're like, challenging him on that because of the way that emotions work naturally. Like, of course he is not happy every moment of every day. He is saying in the grand scheme of things, he's happy. And when asked why, he's breaking it down for you, like going from having nothing, not having no attention from any girls, being broke as fuck, to then having millions, having every girl you want, having deals and stuff like that. Like, what excuse would he have to not be happy?
Why would I not be happy?
That's bullshit. Like, he's going off on this kid and arguing with him and making himself look absolutely crazy and erratic. Like, He's 19. I think that Joe Budden has a legit issue with, younger artists or any artist really that he feels like they aren't as successful as he is, but they're way more. No, they aren't as talented as he is,
okay.
But they're way more successful.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I guess I get that. But for you to be sitting here, it almost felt like he was bullying this kid. And I don't like to just throw that word around because I feel like so many people do, and then it gets mixed matched and you don't know what the fuck bullying actually is.
Right.
But you're sitting and you're yelling at somebody who very clearly is not trying to engage with you in that way. And you're putting him in a fight or flight situation where he's on camera and he very clearly don't have no issues or reasons to be yelling with you. But Joe Budden has this thing that he has done ever since he's been on camera discussing things with people. I've noticed this. It's like he's clearly intelligent to a degree. And so he feels like every opportunity he gets to trying to make somebody else look stupid, he tries to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like he challenges everybody on any little topic or discussion, and then he'll cut you off and be like, oh, wait, oh my God, and do all of this crazy, wild shit when all of this 19-year-old little boy is saying is he got money now. People are paying attention to him now.
Yes.
He's got an album that's either out or that's about to be out, and he's happy with life. And you are a grown-ass man yelling at him about it and about the ins and outs of the music industry and how deals work and how a tour works, as if he gives a fuck about any of that shit. That boy don't care. He's just hoping and praying that this will last as long as it can, and he'll get as much money out of it as he can, as most rappers today do. And if you knew that, you wouldn't have anything to argue with him about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? I look at people like Lil Yachty, and like I said, I don't like his music. I don't understand it. I don't think that it is for me. In my opinion, that is a part of a wave that will come and go. When that one's gone, some other little weird-ass rap phase wave will come and will be right behind it. I probably won't subscribe to that shit either, although I do subscribe to lots of ghetto, I don't know what the fuck he's saying right now music. Yeah. But if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Why are you sitting in this little boy's face and yelling at him and arguing with him? Because he didn't call your mama ugly. He didn't say you're a bitch. He didn't say he was going to fuck your girlfriend. He simply said that I am happy with my life and the things that I am doing. And you feel like because he's trash or he can't rap as good as you or whatever, that you're just going to yell and argue with him and try and challenge him and try and take any moment you can to make him look dumb. And Lil Yachty actually did a beautiful thing, which is that he didn't engage you at all. He just kind of sat there and let you look crazy. And every time he would say something like, I know that this just makes me look like, old and washed up and like I'm just bitter. And Yachty would be like, it does.
It does. You definitely look like that right now. You look like an old man in the club.
He does this all the time. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure that if he were sitting in here right now, he would just be like, no. That's not what I said. No, you don't listen. Do you know what a word is? It starts with a W. Definition means have you heard of an adjective? Okay, well, let me explain to you how an adjective worked. Lord. It started in such and such BC. Leave. The fact of the matter is, you are frustrated, I think, with your existence in this plane of hip hop right now. And you are tired of seeing less capable rappers coming past you by. And it's, whether you like him or not, he makes for good commentary content or whatever, because he gives you shit like this. So, there's that. But it's just, how many times are you going to make yourself look silly because you want to make, you are trying to make somebody else look dumb, and in the process, you're just making yourself look stupid. Because all I have to do is let you sit and yell at the wall.
Right. He was like, Lil Yachty was like, I went from scamming in the dorm room and now I got hoes and millions and life is good. And Budden was like, no, I don't believe you because I don't think that's really where your core values lie or something like that. And I'm like,
and he was like, 19. That's my problem. You don't think a 19-year-old black boy...
You don't think all he's worried about is money and girls? What? Of course it is.
Is not out here focused on getting money and getting girls and having jewelry and all that type of shit.
Duh, of course this is what he's into.
If you were successful in rap right now, that's what you would be doing. Is spending your money on fancy clothes and probably some jewelry and bitches.
Speaking of bitches, did you see what Sin Santana tweeted?
To who?
She was on Twitter because, everybody been dragging Joe all day.
She's always coming to his defense.
Well, she was like, the word, y'all keep calling him irrelevant, and the word you're looking for is insignificant. I'm like, that's kind of worse. Why did you?
Wow.
I thought she broke up with him. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a read.
Wow. See, and then that's what you have. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia Tanner is gorgeous, but girl, let him...
Words, not your thing.
Let him handle this on his own. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need
and
to
put
be
a smiley face and everything.
Like,
the word is insignificant, girls. Like,
is it?
That's kind of worse
Maybe
than just
that's
irrelevant.
how they play. Maybe they diss each other on the sly all the time, and that's just how they. Because that wasn't.
That's not.
It helped nobody.
That's not supportive or nice.
In fact, I would say that that's worse.
I would too. Insignificant is like, it doesn't matter if you're famous or not. Your existence on this earth is nothing.
It simply doesn't matter.
You could die and it would mean nothing. Like, goddamn. As opposed to just not being on Billboard.
Like, Jesus.
I said, well, all right, ma'am. That's it. Y'all better create a storyline.
This is what happens with him. Anytime there's a camera on Joe Budden, it's just like, let me look for somebody that looks like they might be dumb, and then I can embarrass them. And it's like you try to... He's not the only person who does this. There's a lot of people on TV, off TV, that do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And they just feel like, ooh, I feel smart, and so I'm going to try and find a way to embarrass you or make you look stupid. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if Yachty knew this or if he did it intentionally. His whole demeanor, which he said, seems like he's just cool and is just along for the ride, trying to take care of his business, do the best he can, and get this money in this pussy. So
and
he had no reason to argue with you, but that is exactly what you should do in those types of situations. Like, okay, girl. All right. If you think Lil Yachty is trash that much, you shouldn't even have had anything to say during this interview. Because the same way I feel about his music and not liking it, I would have never asked Lil Yachty to come in here and talk about anything.
Right. I would have never wanted to interview him because I don't have nothing to ask. Why did you do that to your hair? That's my only question.
Like, why do you thought I just...
There's nothing for me to say to Lil Yachty. And if I were him, watching Joe Budden's relatively old, in comparison to him anyway, watching this old man, washed up rapper who had a hit when you were like 6 and has way less money than you do, hollering about the reasons you rap and your relevancy in the industry and all this, is like, okay, I'm gonna just let this nigga talk, whatever.
It's one of those moments I just feel like where you should take something... You should take a look at this anyway and say, I do this all the time.
How did I fuck up?
Let me try something else.
Yes.
We talked about this just a few weeks ago. Logic. Like, people expect this out of you because you do it all of the time and it always works against you. So I don't know why you don't just try something else. I guess that's it. I mean...
I didn't think you were going to talk about it because I didn't think Joe Budden was your friend, but I thought you liked him or something.
I don't know why you thought that. I've always recognized the fact that Joe Budden is a great rapper because he can rap.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
I would never take that away from him, but... I think that you probably thought he was my friend because I don't despise him.
Oh yeah, that was
the way that you do. Like, you've had like a fiery disdain.
Yes.
For Joe Budden.
And I wish he would holler at me. Nigga, please holler at me. I want you to.
So, yeah, I don't have no problem with Joe Budden. I think that Joe Budden's a talented rapper. He just always gets himself into moments. Remember where he had the whole thing where he got clowned over, yelling and fussing over Drake, and Drake didn't pay him no mind?
Oh, yeah, I do. And I remember saying this argument is not going to go past Twitter. And I have not thought about it till just now. So I was right. It didn't go anywhere. And where is Drake? On a world tour.
Possibly about to
with baby mamas all over the place.
But still.
So I guess we all saw that coming. I don't really have a read this week. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to talk really quickly about... I don't even really know how to frame this. Because it's not really a you don't know me situation. It's more of a mind your business situation.
Oh, hell.
I mean, it's not even... I'm not dragging or anything, but... I'm going through a lot of stuff in my personal life, have been for the past few weeks and stuff, coping, going to therapy, dealing with shit.
Right.
And all that. And so occasionally I will tweet things that are relevant to my life, but also stripped of enough personal information to where they apply to multiple people.
Right, okay.
I do this frequently.
Yeah.
And the other day I said something about, wanting to see somebody, but knowing that that person is bad for you or you shouldn't do it. Like knowing that you should not be around this person, but you still feel the desire to see them. And most people commented with, that sucks, been there before, know how that feels, stay strong, sis, hang in there, this sort of thing. And then there's always somebody who pops up with like, oh, what you should do is make a banana pudding and pray over it and sacrifice it to the goddess of the moon. And then your heart will be repaired or whatever. And so somebody sent me some unsolicited advice and said something along the lines of like, you always going through these struggles and you should just do it and, let your open up or some shit like that. And so I was going to let it go because I get that sort of thing all the time, but I want to address it because first of all, like, you don't know me. And I know you get me being loud and crazy on this show for 2 hours every week, and I love doing it. It's so fun. I love that we get to connect and engage with people who listen to this show, but you do not know me. Like, you know what you hear on this podcast or what you've seen on TV, Drunk History, or whatever else, but I am a whole multi-dimensional person with a past, present, and future, and family, and relationships, and friends, and all sorts of things going on in my life that you don't know shit about. And so giving me advice along the lines of, oh, well, I know you just said that it's awful for you to see this person, but you should just do it anyway because you constantly struggling, is like, you don't really know what I'm constantly doing because you don't know me, but also don't give me advice on a situation if I didn't ask for it. And that's not even just about me. I feel like that just goes in general. And my real problem with unsolicited advice is that it's not about the person that you're trying to give the advice to. It's about you. It's all about your ego. It's not about trying to genuinely support somebody. And it's such a massive difference between supporting someone and feeling like, if I were in your position, I would have better tools to equip this, or I would handle it better than you are. And this is how I would do it. So this is what you need to do. That's fine for you. But what you're doing is projecting you and your life and your experiences and your beliefs onto me and my situation. And those are two totally different things because I'm not you. I don't know you either. Like, you could walk right past me on the street and I would not know you from any one of the other 9 million people in New York City. So don't project your own issues and the shit you got going on onto my life when you don't know who I am. And that goes for so many other people, because while y'all out here talking about, people are out here, oh, I'm really going through it, I'm really depressed, or I really want to call my ex and I shouldn't, or whatever it is, whatever people could be going through. And y'all are just giving them this advice that you came up with because you heard the scenario that person said and you connected it to something in your life. You connected to that ex that you let get away, or you connected it to that friend that you stopped keeping up with and then y'all ended up drifting apart and not being so close anymore and you wish you would have done something different. You're taking the things I said and applying it to your life, which is great. But then what you do is turn around and regurgitate some bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with mine and insinuate that that's what we should be doing with our lives and as well. And then when I reply to you and say, look, sis, no disrespect intended because I know this came from a good place, but fuck is you doing? Like, this is actually awful advice. Then the issue is, oh, well, this is why I can't even tweet you or Kid Fury because y'all are so mean and can't nobody say nothing to y'all and y'all always doing this. And the girl put
I didn't do anything to anybody.
Well, I'm sorry you were included in this exchange, but then it turns into, I can't even tweet you because y'all are so mean and this was clearly, meant from a good place and kind-hearted, and there's sweet emojis all through it, so there's nothing negative about it. I really want y'all to understand that you could have the best intentions and still lead somebody straight to hell with them. You can absolutely do that. You can be coming from a wonderful, solid, healthy, loving place with your advice and still have the fucking wrong advice for that person and what they're going through. Your intentions matter, yes, but your actual effect on that person is what's really important. And if you would separate your ego from the situation and realize that, then maybe you would say, you know what? You right. My bad. Good luck to you, sis. Keep your head up. Blessings to you or whatever else. But instead, what y'all want to do is double down and insist, oh, well, this is a public forum, so if you don't want people to tweet you, then just don't tweet nothing. Or how you gonna be mad when I came at you in a nice way? I'm not saying don't respond to me. I'm not saying don't reply to me. I'm not saying don't talk to me. I'm saying don't take the things that I say in a general sense. If I didn't say, hey, you guys, what would you do if such and such happened? Then don't give me your fucking advice. Of course, I'm not gonna take it because I'm a grown-ass woman and I know my life better than you do. But it's just shitty practice to go around telling everybody what they should be doing based off of your life when you don't really know anything about what they are dealing with.
Essentially, you don't have all the answers.
You don't have all the answers. You barely have the answers for your damn self. And I swear it's people who tend to have gone through like one or two situations in their life and they're like, oh, I have ascended. I know things. I have gone through something and the fire and I am a new girl now and this is how I did it. But you just keep on living and you'll realize how little you truly know. People, there are a million different circumstances and shit that could be going on. Everybody's life experience, everybody's path, everybody's journey through life is different. So I don't even understand how you are so full of yourself that you feel like the real issue is I'm being mean in saying, hey, sis, that advice is really awful. Instead of you saying, oh, maybe I should not have taken that information and then just decided to tell this girl what she should do like I know her. You don't. You do not know me and you do not know what I'm going through. So just leave it alone. That's all.
Right.
You just don't have to do that. You could be supportive without trying to tell people how to live their lives or what they should do with their lives. If someone is not asking you for advice, think twice before you give it. It's a simple lesson. That's all I have to say. I'm done. It's not even dragging or nothing. It's just like, this was pointless. Y'all didn't have to do all this.
There's also, I guess it should be said that just because you can give somebody good advice that is absolutely appropriate to what they should do, and they won't want to hear it because they didn't ask for it. So those are things you
that
should
is also real.
And I know people know that because everybody has a friend that they've given advice to before that was great, perfect advice, and you know it because you know them, and they either don't listen to you or they tell you they don't want to fucking hear it. So I don't know why that's any different. You know what I'm saying? But
the caveat there is you give great advice when it's your friend and you know what they've been through. And so you can say, bitch, do not call that nigga Tyler no fucking more. I am so tired of you and Tyler going through this shit. Block his fucking number and da-da-da. That would be one thing. But you don't know me. You don't sit on my couch and talk to me about my life. So I'm back to just keep it. And that's all. Thanks so much. Be blessed.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that is it this week for The Read.
Yes, it is. Check out our website, thisistheread.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr at This Is The Read. And finally, thanks to Dear White People, the new Netflix original series from Justin Simien, for also supporting today's show. You know that Dear White People is based off the 2014 movie of the same name, a satirical comedy set at an Ivy League college where racial tensions are often swept under the rug. Haven't had the chance to check it out yet, but I will soon.
I said it's good.
Okay, great. Dear White People class is streaming now only on Netflix. Kivir, you have any news this week?
Yes, I am currently on a bit of a break and so excited to go to Sweet Heat tomorrow. First of all, I want to say congratulations to DJ Dimples on 10 years of Sweet Heat and having all of the girls in formation. So excited about that. But come May 20th, I will be back in Furious Thoughts mode. Management let me know that I should remind you girls of the dates. So May 20th, it's New York City, London, UK, May 27th. Right after that, and then I'll be in Philly on June 4th, Toronto on June 9th, DC on June 10th, and Charlotte, North Carolina on June 11th. And then I believe I will be in 305 live mode. And then I'm going to Jamaica.
Ooh, so nice.
Things to do. But make sure you go to kidfurylive.com. You can get tickets to the show. I've been having a really great time. I'm excited to do this material for you girls. So
going to be dope. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, I am hosting Lord, what is this? So I don't know if you remember this. A few weeks ago on the show, one of the names I used was Samantha Irby. She is a blogger. She has the Bitches Gotta Eat blog. She's really smart, incredibly funny, has put out some books, and she has a new one called We Are Never Meeting in Real Life. And I will be hosting it is a essay collection, and I will be hosting a conversation with her with Word and Housing Works. I'm very, very excited to talk to her because, again, she is so funny and absolutely hilarious. So there will be a link on the Twitter and Facebook accounts for the show for you guys to get tickets to that if you are in New York City on May 30th. That will be happening with me and Samantha Irby, so come check it out. It will be super fun. And I think that's it. I think I'm done.
All right, guys. No acronym this week.
I'm very excited for Sweet Heat. Very, very excited.
I can't believe you're actually going.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you let your studsman go down there by themselves. I'm sorry, because I'm about to act up and send them right back home. So, yay.
It's been written. All right. So I will see you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.